Identifying
The king of cakes. Chopper for the win.
G'day guys, welcome back to Cakes by Chopper. Today we have Eeyore for you from the Winnie the Pooh cartoon series. What you're going to do is head over to the Cakes by Chopper Facebook page, print off the Eeyore template, and then you're going to cut them out and place them on top of the cake. And you want to keep it in the order that it is in the template, just so everything fits just right. Once you've cut out the shapes, place them on your cake board, and you're going to carve around the edge, rounding it off, and then cut down the front of the top layer so the head can rest on it on about a 45-degree angle. Using a little piece of cake to prop up the head at the front, this just helps with the support of the head. Go around the edge of the bottom and taper it in slightly for the fondant to fold up underneath. Continue on and give that a crumb coat all over, then you're going to start tapering the head off. Now, the piece that you cut off the body, you're going to keep that and place that on the front of his nose. This just helps round out his face a little bit. Give the head a crumb coat and then place it in the fridge and let it set a little bit. This will help the head stay sturdy, and then you can get it out and give it another crumb coat. The second layer of buttercream will give you a nice smooth finish. Just be sure you don't have any pieces that are spiking up. You want to get it as smooth as you can. Roll out your fondant. To get this colour, I used 2 parts blue, 1 part purple. Place it over the entire cake, and be sure to go around and tuck it in under his chin really quickly so it doesn't tear the head. And then you can use your finger to just push it in all around the edges. And you can see there I just tucked it up under his chin, and that'll help support his head as well. Remove all the excess. Use your finger to tuck it all under the edge, making sure it's neat all the way around. You will get a few little creases at the side, but they are hidden by the legs and the arms. Roll out some flesh coloured fondant and then cut the shape of his nose and his cheeks, making sure you've got it the right size to fit around the edges. Apply that with some water and push it down, smooth it out, and then cut off the excess at the bottom. Use the back of your paintbrush to smooth any harsh edges. Using a blunt object, go around and put in the crease marks for his seam. Now for his arms and legs, I rolled out a sausage that was fatter in the middle and then cut it in half, and then applied some light purple to the underside. Just make sure you're putting the smoother side on the out, and you can cover any imperfections with the purple on the inside. It's a little trick to make it look a little bit more cleaner. Flatten out the edges that are going to stick next to his body, and then push them on, making sure you adhere them with some water. And it's the same process for his arms, but I did make his arms a little bit smaller than the legs at the back. It just helped with the body proportion and makes it look cuter. I used the paintbrush to go around and smooth and blend them in. This helped it look like it was one piece with a nice seam running down the center. Feel free to change up the position of his legs. I did like them forward because it kind of looks like he's exhausted and he's just laying around and he can't be bothered moving. For the tail, I rolled out some fondant and cut it into a long rectangle, and then gave it a twist and applied that with some water. Put on a little grey piece for a pin, and then I grabbed my impression tool and put in the smile and his nostrils, as well as the little stitching marks across. For his hair, I used a strip of licorice, and also for the tail piece, if you just cut it out into little jags and then measure it where you need it. I was going to do the hair in one piece, but then I decided to do it in 2, and it just helped with the positioning of it. For his little bow on the tail, I found it easier to make a small rectangle and then using a sculpting tool to make the indentations, because I struggled with it and I'd made 3 or 4 bows and it was just so difficult. But that was the easiest way I found. For his ears, you're going to cut out a long lemon shape and then flip it over, stick some pink to the underside because it'll have imperfections on it. And then when you lift that up, put some water on to adhere the pink. Trim it off, make it nice and smooth around the edges, and then apply it to the side of his head, just like that. It's quite simple. For his eyes, I used 2 little round balls of fondant and then manipulated them into a half pear shape. Pop on 2 crescent moon eyelids and smooth them out with the end of the brush. Once you're happy with those, grab your fine paintbrush and your gel food dye. You can use 1 part gel, 2 parts liquid food dye, or just dilute the gel down with some vodka or water. Paint in his droopy eyes and trace around, making sure you give him those little creases at the top to make him look sad and gloomy. To finish him off, pop in 2 little light reflections in his eyes, and there you go, you have your Eeyore cake. Very cute, quite simple to make, just time consuming. Let me know what you think of him in the comments below, And if you really like him, share him on Facebook or Twitter, or give him a thumbs up. Or you might even want to check out the Winnie the Pooh, the Tigger, or the Piglet cake that I've done previously. Just click on their face and it'll take you straight to the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.